Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we're going to be taking a look at a new gun safe that I was sent over for review purposes from a company called KAER, and that's K-A-E-R. And this is their 10 to 14 large gun safe and cabinet, model 1500. This is a very interesting gun safe. This safe actually came completely disassembled, so that was a first for me. Most safes that I've purchased have already been assembled, but I can tell you it was very easy to put together. The instruction manual was very user-friendly. It had pictures, and it told you where everything had to go. It did come with all the screws and bolts that you needed, and it also came with a tool for you to use to put it all together, their own screwdriver, which was pretty interesting that they did include that. I was a little hesitant at first because, again, I'd never had to put a safe together myself, but after doing so, I found that it was pretty easy. Just know that you will have to put it together yourself, but none of the screws are protruding out of the safe or anything like that. They're all inside of the safe, and then the finished product looks very, very nicely, as you guys can see right in front of you here. So a couple of specs on the safe itself. You have a dimension, a depth of 16 inches. You have a width of 20 inches and a height of 59 inches. Again, it holds anywhere from 10 to 14 rifles, and you can also hold pistols in the safe. You do have a couple of adjustable shelves, and what's really cool is you also get an interior lockable compartment, so it's almost like a safe within a safe with its own keys. And then because you can store rifles in there, you do have modular rack adapters for your firearms depending on the height of them. So this is perfect for anybody that's either starting out or if you need a second safe or a third safe or something like that to put more firearms or anything like that. Or if you just want to keep valuables secure, you can also use that the safe for that. Now you also do have a couple different ways that you can get into the safe, which is really nice. You do have some biometric fingerprint that you can use, and you can store your different fingerprints in there to access the safe. You have a keypad, so if you have a combination that you want to set for that, you can do that. And then last case is, in case of an emergency, you do have some keys that you can use to gain access into the safe. Now let me go ahead and give you guys a closer look at the different areas or the different ways that you can access the safe itself. Alright, so this is a very elegant looking safe. I do like the different areas that they've done around the actual access to the safe here with your keypad. So right at the very top there, you do have your fingerprint scanner, and once you register your fingerprints, just put your finger there. And as you can see, that unlocks the safe. Then you can go ahead and turn the dial and gain access to the safe. The other way of doing that is by inputting a fingerprint or a code underneath that. So as you guys can see there, the keypad is lit up, and you can go ahead and put in your code, and you can gain access to the safe itself. And then the last area is right at the bottom here. You do have a little hidden section right there, and that's where you will use your keys that are supplied by them. You actually get 2 sets of keys, and here they are, and you can use those keys to actually gain access into the safe in case of an emergency. One of the features that this safe does have is it actually has a tamper alarm. That is pretty interesting, and that is used in case somebody were to try and remove the safe from wherever you have it. The safe does come with the hardware, so you can secure it either to the ground or to the wall. But if, let's say, you don't secure it and somebody tries to do away with your safe or take it with them, you have an alarm that you can set, and basically all you have to do is just light up the keypad, and then you press the star, and that'll actually turn the alarm on. So now if somebody were to try and remove the safe, as you guys see there, you have an audible alarm, and then you can either put in your code or use your fingerprint to actually disable that. And there you go. So that is interesting. I do like the fact that that is included because, again, if you find that you do not want to secure your safe, but you want to have it like in an area, maybe in your closet or something like that, that is an extra peace of mind that you can use in case you want to make sure that nobody goes away with your safe. Alright, so taking a look at the inside of the safe, as you can see here, it is nice and spacious. First things first, at the top left right here, you do have that extra cabinet. So basically the safe within a safe. You do get a second set of keys that is supplied for that. And all you have to do is put in your key, unlock it, and now you have access to an extra safe right in there. So if you wanted to keep like other valuables, maybe some cash, maybe some jewelry or something like that, extra secure, you can go ahead and do that by using that little extra safe at the top there. You also have a small little cubby underneath that is perfect for any items that you don't want to have be loose around that are not necessarily a firearm or magazines or something like that. So maybe some ammunition, some cleaning products, some holsters or something like that. You can go ahead and secure those in the cabinet there. And then you do have 2 sets of floating shelves, like you see right here. Those will actually be able to handle up to 22 pounds of items on there. Right now, I only have 1 installed, but you do have rails on the side that you can actually move them up and down depending on where you want to locate them. And that gives you a little bit of an extra area so you can secure those loose items that you don't want running around. Taking a look at the door, first things first, you have a little cubby section right up here. This is perfect to have some flat items, or if you want to have like some ammunition or something right up there, you can go ahead and do that. And then in the door, you do have handgun pockets. So you actually get 4 handgun pockets. So that is really nice because it does allow you the ability to have up to 4 different handguns readily accessible right at the door. And then you do have these elastic straps. So you do get 4 of those. Those are perfect for magazines. So if you want to have some extra magazines, readily accessible for the firearms, you can go ahead and do that. So again, just like the holsters, you do get 4 of those, so you can easily have 1 per mag, or 1 of these extra magazines per handgun that you have in those. And then right at the very bottom, you do have a section which is a little zipper pouch, so that is perfect for flat, longer items. So if you want to have like your receipts or instruction manuals or something like that for your firearms, you can go ahead and secure those there. All right, and last is you do have your big area here, and that's going to be for your long guns or your rifles. You do have those foam areas that will allow you to actually rest the barrels up on there, and you can go ahead and move those around and remove them. So if you have smaller long guns, shorter guns or something like that, or you want to secure them differently, you have the ability to do that. And then at the very bottom there, you do have a felt lining, which is going to be perfect to keep your firearms nice and secure, but also nice and clean, and they won't be scuffing against the floor of the safe itself. Again, as I mentioned, the safe does come disassembled, so you do have to put it together. The good thing is the door actually comes already assembled, so you don't have to worry about putting any of the holsters or anything like that. So it's literally the 4 walls, so the 3 back walls in the door, the top and the bottom of the safe, and then you just assemble the little things on the inside. So very easy. Again, the instructions are very easy to follow, so you don't have to worry about trying to decipher what step is next or what it is that you have to do. And all it is you just got to make sure that those screws on the inside are nice and secure. But once it's built, it's very, very sturdy. It's not a very heavy safe, which is nice. So I would recommend using the included hardware to secure it either to the ground or to the wall. Or, once it's loaded, if you have a lot of firearms, a lot of handguns and long guns and stuff like that, a lot of rifles, then that'll add some weight to the safe itself. But all in all, I think KAER did a really awesome job with this particular safe. They do have other models available, so if you guys are interested, I will leave a link below, where you guys can check out all the models that they have available, or if you want to go ahead and pick this one up for yourself, you can go ahead and do that. Also, if they provide me a discount code, I will leave that link at the bottom, but also on the video here, so you guys can go ahead and use that and get a little bit of a discount towards purchasing one of these safes for you. I think all in all, again, if you're a beginner getting into guns, getting into safes and things like that, or if you just wanting to add another safe to your repertoire, you can go ahead and pick one of these up, build it for yourself, and then stock it exactly as how you need it. So there it is. That is a look at the KAER 10 to 14 gun safe, model 1500. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.